Hello, everybody. Jim Malone here, coming to you live on Dallas Trading Floor. It is Friday. Friday. The market is up today, so that's good. We had a big scare yesterday with the new tax program. We don't know if the other shoe will drop, but that might be an issue going forward. So right now we're doing okay. The Nasdaq is up. The small caps are up. So things are looking, pretty good in that sense. I'm fairly positive. I did for everybody out there. I closed out my position on my spread on Intel. We did very well. It pulled back, and of course it was a bear spread, so did quite well. And just wanted to share that with everyone. Of course, that's available on the Discord room at www.vinny.com/u/Dallas Trading Floor, and if you're interested in that thing, it's more of a kind of it is a pay service, but it we're trying to put out some good stuff there. So people made some money today. I know I definitely did. So it was a kind of a good thing all over. Let's see. So let's get into the slides just real quick here before we get into the overall questions. Basically the small caps are leading. And that is indeed that is indeed a good thing. So we were pulling back, and I was afraid that we weren't going to see support. But basically, the market is in a confirmed uptrend still, which is very good. I do think we're getting a little bit stressed out on the debt. So there's some issues there, but right now today we've reversed higher. The key level really for the Nasdaq right now, I'm putting at about 14,000 on the Nasdaq. We're over that. We're up about 1.66%. So a lot of the issues are looking good. Not everything, of course, is doing good. Intel didn't do too well, but the other things are doing well. So I think that the trend, this is a tough market to trade because it's kind of all over the place. But the trend for many of the stocks is up today, which is very good. Just look at the take a little bit of look at the Nasdaq Composite. Again, we're right up to that 1400 level. That's a very key level, as you can see here. Hopefully, it can hold that. It looks like we have a short-term consolidation there. So if it does, and then it moves higher, I think that's very bullish. And I'm hoping that's the case that we'll keep on that. I'm always a little bit leery at the levels that we're at that we're going to pull back, but it looks at least in the short term that we may be going higher into earnings season, which is a very nice thing to see. Have a very interesting stock here. I just kind of want to show you some of the top 8 stocks right now on the IBD 50. And of course, some of them we know, like Square. I have a bull trade on Square right now. It's holding, and it looks like it's going higher, so that's good. But some of the ones that are very interesting in this top 8, Cleveland Cliffs, as you can see, it's moved up very nice today. It's not a very expensive stock, but it moved up in percentage terms very nicely today in mode. But one I kind of want to take a look at, and this is a very interesting one. It's called Celsius Holdings, and this one potentially could be the next Monster beverage. What do I mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is it makes a drink that is a calorie, it basically a calorie burning drink. So I need to try some of this stuff. So maybe it'll work for me. It was up $2.70 a day, about 4.73%, and it does have a very strong composite rating at 89. So just want to maybe put that one on your radar screen here. It's called Celsius Holdings, CELH. I really don't know a whole lot about it, but Monster Beverage, which was old Hansen Beverage, did really well. So this one they might have something here with their special drink for for weight loss. That might be a good thing. So Celsius Beverage, symbol CELH. Wanted to also go over, I'm having a little bandwidth issues. Once again, I don't know what it is, but there seems to be something with the router here. This is my current holdings. My holdings and lows are flat, but this one has been up. I've just keep holding on this one. I bought it about 180. It's just been a very nice mover. Floor is up again. I definitely like this one, up about 2%. I've been holding this one for a while. Finally, it looks like Corvo is starting to make its move up. It was up $7.85 today, about 194. So I'm kind of flat on this one, but I do think it's possibly going higher. I've sold a call against this one at 200. So we'll see what happens with Qorvo. Definitely like the issue. We're up. Microsoft is up, and Apple is up. So kind of return Back to the Future. It looks like some of the really strong techs are doing very well. Seems like Microsoft, of course, has been a very good area to buy it, and Apple is coming up on earnings next week on Wednesday, and I've been selling covered calls on Apple. I just think it's going to do very, very well. So that's kind of my take on it. Barring anything else. So let's get to some of the questions here. Let's see. Okay. Thanks for holding on, everybody, and happy Friday. RGR. Well, let's look at RGR. Bring up the chart for that. And get that up. Here we go. There we go. And this is RGR, Strum Ruger, and of course this is a gun company, obviously. American Outdoor Brands is one of the other competitors in this. This, I guess this used to be, I don't know if this was Colt. I can't remember. They have merged, a number of the gun companies have merged anyways. This is sort of in a flat consolidation right on the 200-day line. It's off a little bit today. Their sales have been moving up nicely. And we do have some nice profits as well. But I don't like the relative strength of this. It's only 35. The industry is really not as good as I'd like it. It's 119 out of 197. So I'm not as bullish on this one right now. 329 funds are in it, so that's quite good. Quite good on that. Let's see how the options are trading on Strum Ruger. It seems like everything's getting filled, so it doesn't seem like there's any outside demand. Here's the thing. I just think that with this one, you want to possibly, watch list this one. I don't think this is a buy right at this point. I'm not against it, but I think there are better charts out there. It does look like it's riding on the 200-day line, but I still don't like that. I don't like the fact that it's below it's been below the 200-day recently. So I'm not as bullish on this one. So that's kind of my take on Strum Ruger. All right, let's look at SSYS. See what we have out there. SSYS. And that Stratasys 3D printers. Ooh, this one also, I think, is not the kind of chart that you want to be buying. We have a pullback. We have a pullback on it. It looks like it is bounced off the 200-day line, but I probably would not be in this one just because it's pulled to the 200-day line. I don't like to buy things below the 200-day line, and it looks as if that is the case here for this one, where it is below the 200-day line. So I think I would have to avoid this one. We have declining sales and we have declining profits, and we have it looks like we're holding steady on the number of funds in it, but all in all, I don't think this one is probably where at least I would want to be. So I don't know if this one would work for me. So that's kind of my take on this issue. Let's see if I have any questions from TikTok here. Thanks for holding on. Open your eyes. Good question. Yeah, I sometimes it looks like I'm sleeping. Believe me. When would you buy Nvidia right now? Let's take a look at the part on Nvidia. I think overall I'm pretty bullish on this stock, but it's off today. Not significantly, but for Nvidia, it's down about 3.73%. But here's the thing: I did have a bear spread on Intel. It did not come through earnings well. Intel didn't. So I'm kind of expecting that the chips may be seeing a little bit of weakness right now. There is a buy point on it, so let's see if we can I can give you an exact buy point on it when I get there. We go. I got my cursor back here. There is a buy point on it. It's right at the buy point. The buy point on it is 614.90. You could buy this at 614. Basically 615 is where you would probably want to buy this one. So currently, we have a buy point on this one. So basically it's going to be, and hopefully I can get this cursor up here. Again, a bandwidth issue here, waiting for the cursor to come up. But basically, it's the buy point on this one is basically 615, and that's where I would be looking to possibly buy this one. If I was going to buy if I was going to buy it. Well, for some reason I can't seem to get my, there we go, 615, and hopefully there we go. Oh, there we go. Okay, so hopefully we'll see this in just a second. It'll show. There we go. The buy point on this one is 615, and that's basically right here at right at the top of the cup base. Now, in this market, this isn't as good an entry point as normally in the past I would be buying on these buy points on a cup pattern, but in this particular time I just don't. I think if you bought to buy here, you have to be really careful because there's a high likelihood it's going to pull back and form a handle. So here's the thing about NVIDIA. I really don't, even though it indicates a buy point at 615, I just want to see what's going to happen. I want to see how it's going to trade to see if it pushes past this level. So here's my advice on NVIDIA. I would wait until it either confirms it passes this pivot at 614, excuse me. So that's how I would play it on NVIDIA. So there we go. I don't know why I'm getting these bandwidth issues, but I seem to be getting them. So not fun. Okay, well we're there we go. Okay, so let's go back to the questions. All right, this is a good question. And Apple, I'm up 30%, but still down on SY. Yeah, this is why it's so important. Real Madrid. This is why it's so important to, when a stock moves against you, like with Fastly, you just really need to cut your losses at 7%. But you want to keep you want to keep in the winners. So here's the thing with let's look to see where we could put a nice stop loss on Apple. I'm also in Apple. I started I started to buy it. Come on, hold on. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we can look at the chart. Oh, jeez, come on. There we go. Okay, there we go, Apple. All right, so let's look at the weekly chart first to kind of give you kind of an overall view of where we should possibly see our stop loss on Apple. Now, I think the ideal place based on this chart is right at or above the 50-day moving average. This red line. So I'm going to go back to the daily chart and kind of give you a view on that. Now, I do believe you could set it at the 21-day exponential, and so where I would set my where I would set my stop loss is right at this green line here, and that's at about 130.15. So here's what I would do on this one for the stop loss for Apple. And when I get my cursor back, I will put it up here. You want to set your stop loss at about 130 on this one, and that's probably going to be a very good place to set your stop loss. So set stop loss on Apple AAPL at 130, and that's right at the 21-day line. I think that is a very good place to put it. Is right here where you can see it. There's the red line, 30. That's where I would put it. But I do think it has a tight pattern here. It's going to probably break higher or lower, but probably higher upon earnings. Earnings are basically only in 5 days, so Basically on Wednesday after the bell, we're going to see earnings, and it's probably going to move. It's probably going to move higher based on this pattern that I'm seeing. Let's look at the 10-minute chart on Apple. Yeah, it's trading very nicely. It's trading in a pretty narrow range from about 130, 150 on up to about 135. So I do believe that it's starting to see a little bit of resistance. There's resistance on Apple at about 137. If it can pull past that after earnings, I think it's probably smooth sailing up to about 145. Definitely like the stock right now. It's acting very, very nicely. And but you definitely want to set your stop loss at 130 because you don't want to give up any of that gain. I don't think Apple at this point, based on what I'm seeing in this chart, there's very little overhead supply, is going to pull back that much, if at all. Now Tesla is a different matter, but this one, Apple, I think you're in a good situation. I would set my stop loss at 130. That's where I would be setting it because I think that's conservative. You'll hang on, that way you can hang on to your gains, and then I think it's going to be moving higher, and I think potentially in possibly a month or two, we're going to make it may make a break for about the 145 level. So pretty exciting if you've been in Apple for a while. Oh yeah, thank you, man. Celsius looks really interesting. I haven't really figured out how to trade it. Thanks for that comment. Really appreciate it. It's a great area. I mean, if indeed you can drink a drink and it'll make you skinny, which I definitely need. Um, it's a winner. It's a winner chicken dinner. So that one, it's number one on the IBD 50, and it's performing really well. I mean, there was an old company called Hanson Beverages. They came out with Monster energy drink. Everybody's probably seen that or drank that. And, it just took off for the moon. And so this is a good area. I mean, a lot of people can participate, and it's really kind of interesting. So Celsius is the interesting one there. Thanks for that. Thanks for that great comment. What about Oatly? Nuco Public. I don't know about Oatly. Is this the glasses? Is it Oakley or is it Oakley? The glass? I don't know. That's a good question, Rio. I'll have to look more into that. But thanks for that. That too. Is it time? It's time to get into Lemonade, LMND. Here's the thing. I can't see it with Lemonade. I know it's been hyped, but it's insurance. I mean, everybody's got an app in the insurance business. I don't know. I'm just not as psyched about Lemonade. But a lot of people have done okay. I haven't been in it. Hopefully, I'll have. There we go. Lemonade. I'm not as hyped about it. I don't like the chart. I don't even really like the area all that much that it's in. It's been pulling back as of late, but it has moved above the 21-day line, but it's still below the 50. Now, what do I mean by that? I keep throwing these things out, and people go, "What are you talking about?" Well, this red line here is what they call the 50-day moving average, and that's the average price that the stock has been selling at for the last 50 days. So if you take all the prices back 50 days and you divide by and you average them out, that is this line here. Now, this line here, this green line, is called the 21-day exponential moving average. And what this one is that this is logarithmic. So this one acts a little bit differently. And that's the 21-day line that I usually refer to. Now, there's a little pink line in here. It's a little tiny pink line, and that's the 10-day moving average. But here's the thing, and here's why this stock probably I wouldn't buy it, is because the normal way that this should look is the 10-day should be at the top, then comes the 21-day, then the 50, and then at the bottom is going to be a black line, and that's going to be the 200-day. Now, Lemonade has only been out, it has been out less than 200 days. That's why there's no black line here. So not only is it an IPO, which can be problematic, it's pulling back, which is problematic. So here's the thing about Lemonade. I don't think you can buy it. I think there was an opportunity to buy it, basically as it came out of the chute, and then just put your stop loss in and take the money out that way. That's what I usually do. That's what I did with Coin. But I just think you can't. I really don't think you can trade it right now. It just doesn't. It's not going to be. I don't think you're going to be successful on it, at least for right now. So, how are you with gold digging? Well, I don't know. What do you think about CPSH? This is a question from TikTok. So if I can get the screen up here, yeah, CPSH. Okay, CPS Technologies, and it produces metal matrix composite components in various electrical systems. I have no idea what they do. I have none. I have no idea. Would I buy this? No, I would not buy this chart. It looks like it's going down. Now, the first thing you check when you look at a chart, at least what I do, and I know this is super simple. People are gonna rag on me saying, "Why would you do this?" Well, I look at the chart and I look to see what's the trend. Well, the trend on this one is downward, so I'm not as interested in it. I want those upward trends. So I would just eliminate this one right out of the box. It's a cheap stock, and it may be cheap for a reason. You never know. You never know. But this one, no, I don't think so. CPSH, I think you probably want to avoid it, for at least for right now. Yeah, because it just doesn't looking. It's just not looking really good. All right. They also take a step in the green hydrogen power space. This is the most Real Madrid. This is the most one of the most hyped things I've ever seen are hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. I know that everybody loves these things, but I'm old enough, and I'm getting old. I'm old enough to remember the covers of Popular Mechanics when everything in the world was going to run on hydrogen, and that was sort of when when we had the nuclear-powered spaceships and all that stuff. Kind of in the '60s. The Jetsons are a really good example of that. I think that this is not going anywhere. I mean, just from a practical point of view, at least for the foreseeable future, most of the electricity in this country will either be generated by basically three sources. One, of course, is coal, and of course they're phasing out those plants. The second is nuclear power, and they haven't built a new nuclear plant in this country really since about the 1970s when they built Palo Verde in Arizona and near outside of Phoenix. And the other one are natural gas. And natural gas, by far, is the preferred way to generate electricity now. And I know that everybody likes solar, and solar is great, especially if you're in Africa and you're off the grid. That's wonderful. But the bulk of the energy in this country is generated by the price of natural gas, by natural gas. So if there's a lot of fracking going on, there's a lot of natural gas that's very cheap, and electricity is cheap. If fracking is restricted, natural gas becomes expensive, and electricity becomes more expensive. This is what they found out in Germany, by the way. They have the highest. They went green in Germany, and it was great. I mean, everybody loved it, and now they have the highest electric prices in probably in the developed world. So not something you want to do with. So I am really not big on hydrogen cars or hydrogen trucks. I do like electric trucks. I do like electric vehicles, but remember, most of the electric in this country is generated with natural gas. So, and the way they get natural gas is that they go and they frack and they get tons of it. So, oh well. What about let's see. Here we go. Well, I don't know about Oatly. Okay, so lemonade. Okay, we did that one. And what do you think about Orsted? I bought it Wednesday in my biggest position right now. I'm very, very bullish. Well, in the short run, but why are you bullish? Biden will, don't count on Biden. Don't count on it can be very dangerous betting because sometimes they'll fake you out. So be very careful. Put your stop loss. Put your stop loss in. I'm afraid to say, I don't have any faith. I don't have any faith in Biden supporting the sector. I just don't. But hey, Boris, thank you. Let's look at MP. And Boris is an old friend of mine from San Francisco, so thank you very much for looking at the show. That's really great. Let's see. Oh, MP Materials. It's in Las Vegas, and it owns rare earth mining. Interesting. This is the Western Hemisphere. Rare earths are very interesting. I don't really like the chart, but I like the area. I like mining in general. And rare earths are doing very good. I probably would not buy this one, but it has a lot of. It does have a lot of sales. Look at the sales are up 100% on this. Wow, this is amazing. Up 100%. Let's look at some of the other factors on MP. to see kind of what we're doing here. Checklist isn't bad. It's 66%. Ownership on this one, very good. 88 funds are in this one, so that's looking good. Boy, what do I think of this? I probably would not. I would probably not be in this one, but it's in a very good sector. It's 14 out of 197. Here's what I would do as an alternative to MP. If you want to be in the mining sectors, and I think that's a really good place to be, is FCX. That's the one I think you want to own in the mining sector, and that's Freeport-McMoRan. Basically, they do also do mine for us, but it's a bigger company, and it's based in Phoenix, and it's gold, silver, molybdenum, and in Indonesia, North America, and South Africa, and also South America. This is a good one. It's got a relative strength of 96. If you want to be in the mining sector, I think this is one you might want to take a look at least for the midterm, because it's showing some very nice. It's got a stronger checklist than MP does. It's an 88 checklist. The only thing it's really lacking is earnings per share. It should be above 80. It's not quite there yet, but then again, the profitability has been improving on FCX. It's got strong cash flow, $1.60 per share, and it's a $36 stock. So that's pretty good when it comes to it. 43% owned by funds. A lot of funds are in there. So there's 1,747 funds in this one. So it's got very good support in that area. So as long as we see inflation in things like copper, I think this is likely to be probably a better bet than MP. Just my 2 cents there, because it's better capitalized, and it's in a number of items that are doing very well. Copper being one of the big things that they mine that's doing very, very well right now. I'm over 5% profit in CP&G and Boot. Where should I put my stop loss? Let's look at Boot. I think is that WPA? No. Boot Barn. Okay. Where should you put your stop loss? Good question. It's up $4.28 today. Boot Barn. It's doing very well. Let's put up the chart here in a second. There we go. Getting freeze outs today on this on my feed, but oops. Here we go. There. All right. So where should you put your stop loss? I'm looking at the weekly chart here, but I'm going to switch to the daily view to see. Now, here's what I would do on the stop loss. We've pulled into. You bought it absolutely correctly, by the way, because the buy point on this was 69.18, and it looks like you've done very, very well. Here's what I would do. I would set my stop loss right at the 10-day line for this one, and so I'm gonna kind of let's see if I can get that price for you. I would set my stop loss at 67.50. 67.50 for this one, and the reason I would is because that's where the 10-day line is, and that's going to probably be a good place to have that stop loss. So the stop loss on Boot is going to be about, and I'm going to say, well, actually, based on the strength, you could actually set it a little higher. Probably better to set it a little bit higher. I would set it right at the bottom of where it of the day before. So 68.60, I think, is going to be probably your best bet for Boot. Now, hopefully, I'll get my cursor back here, so I can put that up here. So 68.60 is the stop loss. Hopefully, this will let me. I'll get the cursor back here. I'm having issues with my with the bandwidth, unfortunately. Okay, stop loss on Boot is 68.60. So this is kind of where I would put it. Hopefully it'll let me show it. No, it's not letting me show it. By the way, this is the address for the Discord room. Stop loss on Boot 68.60, and basically where that is that's the 10-day exponent. That's the 10-day line. It's just right above that. It's where the bottom of where it closed the day before. I think you could be very safe with that stop loss. I don't want to see it go too much lower than that because it may reverse down, but it looks as if it's pulled past the buy point there. So I would set my stop loss on boot at 68.60. Now, let's see. The other question that you had was for. Oh, there we go. Great. CPNG. Let's look at CPNG. Let's look at seeing where we can set the stop losses on that one. CPNG. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I think you want to just get rid of this one altogether. Yeah. I think this is a little bit too risky. I don't know where you bought it, but this one. I don't know if I would want to be in this one, to be honest with you. Is that right? CPNG, 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 right. Okay. Wow. I mean, I think you've got to be, boy, boy, this is a tough one. This is an IPO. Let's look at the weekly chart to see if it's a good place for the stop loss. Yeah, okay, I see. I could see the stop loss that I would set. I would set it at 42.75 on that. So for CPNG, I would set at CPNG. I would set that equal to. Let me see. Get that for you again. Okay. 43. Yeah, I think that's going to be your best bet. Hopefully I can get it. I'm having bandwidth issues. Come on. 43. So that's where I would be setting my stop loss. That's not on boot. That's on CPNG. Why didn't it? Okay. So stop loss in CPNG, I would set it at about $43. Currently, it's trading at $45.52. I really don't like this stock, but that's where I would set my stop loss if I had to do that. All right, let's take a look at TikTok. Is Alf? Let's see. CPSH. Yeah, no. I don't think you really want to be in CPSH. Is Baba a buy? This is Alibaba, of course, the famous Chinese stock. I haven't been in Baba in quite a while here. Hopefully, we're going to get it. There we go. It's trading below the 20. It's trading below the 50-day line. This is here's the thing. You don't want to buy a stock like this when it's trading below the 50-day line. This is the black line here is the 50-day line. It's trading below the 50-day line. You don't want to buy it. Don't buy it. Don't buy Baba. Don't buy Baba. So that's my 2 cents on Baba. You don't want to buy it. It's trading below the 50-day line, so I think you got to be super careful. Super careful. Let's see. Okay. Boot. All right. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is Rubidrid. Yeah. I should wait for earnings with Apple. I mean, I'm in general sure that. Yeah. I think they will. I mean, I just bought some Apple this morning, but well, here's the thing I did. I bought Apple this morning, but I immediately sold a call on it. Okay. So I bought Apple, and then I sold a call, a 137 call on it immediately. So basically, I'm getting in a little bit before earnings, but I'm buying 100 shares, selling that call to protect me on the downside. So if you're not going to do something like that, the best thing to do typically is to wait for earnings, see how it trades on earnings, and if it's strong after earnings, then jump in. I think that's your better bet. It's a little safer. This market is a little bit choppy right now, so it's acting a little bit strange. Let's look at NIO. NIO had this deal with Ford that I thought they were going to sign, but it doesn't look like they are. Both NIO and Ford are down. It's up a little bit today, but the trend is down overall. I think for right now, you just kind of want to be avoiding NIO. I think you want to be avoiding it. It's just this trend is not your friend. And it hasn't really broken yet. Maybe it will. I mean, it definitely could break, but Right now, that's the trend. We're still above the 50-day line, which is good. But what I'm afraid of is if you buy it here and it reverses down, it's going to break below the 50-day line, and that could be not a good thing. So I would not be a buyer right now of Neo. I just wouldn't buy it. It's even though they've some things are looking good on it. Their sales are definitely up 149%. They're basically earnings in 6 days. I think you just have to avoid it, at least for right now. Let's see if it reverses higher. I think right now with Neo, I think you just got to be very careful because it just doesn't look good. It doesn't look healthy. Do you like CTRE, Senior Housing REIT dividend play? I'm not really a fan of dividend plays, to be honest with you. REITs in general. Here's the problem with most REITs. Now, this one might be different, but the problem with most REITs, any REITs that are involved in office buildings or malls or anything like that are poisoned because those have been selling off. You know, I mean, it does have good cash flow. But I don't know. I'm just really not too much of a fan of REITs at right now. The only REIT that I really like, there's one REIT though I do like it. It's called Equity Lifestyle. It's Sam Zell and it's trailer parks, and they tend to pay the best. But most REITs I am not a fan of. So let's look at the industry and sector. Yeah, it's acceptable. 84 out of 197, so that's pretty good. But it's kind of average at best. This is Care Trust. One I'm more interested in is ELS, Equity Lifestyle, and this one I think is a much better REIT if you're looking for income. This one's also in a buy zone too. It's called Equity Lifestyle Properties. As you can see, it's right at the buy zone right now. So this one you might want to consider. This has stronger numbers. It's better managed. And I think over the long term it's going to be stronger. It's breaking out of this consolidation as well. Also, they've continued to do well. They're continuously their sales are always, as you can see, these just steady rent increases, steady profit increases, and they do pay a dividend too. So ELS is the one that I think you want, Mark, if you want to be in the REIT space. This trailer parks, right now we have an affordable housing crisis in this country, and the area that pays the best is trailer parks, and these guys are the biggest. They have lots and lots of them, especially in Arizona and Florida, where everybody is moving. That's fleeing the high prices everywhere else. So equity lifestyles, that's probably where you want to be. And just kind of want to give you that. LPX buy point. This is a good one, Levi. LPX, of course, is Louisiana Pacific. This one, along with West Fraser, have just done tremendously. This is a great this is a great chart all the way around. Tremendous demand for lumber right now. It's just it's very, very strong. And look at this relative strength. It's 96. Wow. Look at the sales. They're up 60% quarter for quarter. The profits are up 1,000%. So this just is on fire. This is a real good stock. Where's the buy point? That's the question. It's going to be tough to buy because it's sort of extended. But here's the thing. It's looking to me, based on this daily chart, there's what they call a cheat area. And I think that you could buy it. I think you could buy it right now at 67.50. I think you can. I think that the only thing about this is its earnings in 11 days. It's a little bit early on the earnings. That's one of the things I think it's really early on. But you could buy this one right now. I think it's a great company, and Louisiana Pacific. The buy point on this I put is about 67.50, and so we're right in the buy point. So 67.60 or thereabouts. I think you could buy this one. Louisiana Pacific is closing strong. We're not yet. We're not yet at the close. We're going to be here in just about a few minutes. We're going to close today, but right now I think we've got. This is one you probably want to buy because I think this is going to go higher. I think there's no question about it based on the chart I'm seeing. So Louisiana Pacific, everybody, very good, very good. Very very good stock, and I think it's tremendous in terms of where it's going. All right, let's go back to the comments and let's see if we can get another question here. Oh, hey, from Germany. Very nice. My girlfriend is from Germany, actually. She's half German. So hopefully that's gonna come up. Thank you for watching our show. I very appreciate. Oh, you're from Real Madrid. I'm from Germany. Absolutely fantastic. Where in Germany, by the way, if you don't mind asking, are you in the north or are you in the south? Love Germany. Thank you for that. All right. Okay. At the big support level, oh, fantastic. It's my only European stock right now. God, I can't really give you a good look on that. Any thoughts on Tattooed Chef? Greatly, what is Tattooed Chef? Tattooed Chef. Oh, the company Tattooed Chef. Okay. Let me see. I don't know what symbol Tattooed Chef is. Probably not one that I would look for. Let me get a symbol of that one. T. All right. Let's see if it brings it up. Yeah, Tattooed Chef. Um. Let's see if they have a symbol. TTCF. There we go. So let me look that one up and give you one for TTCF and see if I can give you. I'm not familiar with this one, but let's look at the chart on it, Eric. Not the kind of chart I would buy, to be honest with you. We have a downward trend on it. And it's dropped below the 50-day line. I think you got to. Yeah. This is not a chart you would want to buy. It's dropped below the 200-day line. That's this line right here. This black line. So it is trending downwards. There is a sell signal on it. Yeah, this is definitely a sell signal. When you have a red bar here and you have a red bar that's above the average above that, that's a sell signal. Don't buy it. People are selling it, and that's probably going to continue. So I have to say thumbs down on Tattooed Chef. Sorry about that. Let's look at NET. Okay. Actually, TriNet is the one you want to look at. That's the one. But this is Cloudflare. These, there's been some movement back into some of the software stocks. I do like it. I've been in and out of this one a few times. Currently, it looks like it may be reversed. I had you could probably buy this on the reversal. I'd be careful though. But this one has reversed, so you could probably buy this one. It looks like it's pulling higher. It's closed very strongly. It's up $8.49 today, or about 11.44%. Now, I suspect probably Monday it will adjust a little bit, but if it stays above this trend line here that I've drawn, I think it might be a winner. So I would definitely watch this. I wouldn't go in with this with all feet, but it looks like it may be resuming its move higher. We're 13 days in front of earnings, or about 2 weeks. That's really not enough time. I would prefer to watch this. I'm a little bit more cautious right now in this market, but it doesn't look bad, and it looks like we may have had a reversal. So that might be something. Yeah, I think that might be a winner. Winner. Have you ever heard of Buzz? Of the ETF Buzz? I don't know. Well, maybe. BUZZ. I think I heard something about it. Okay, this is uh okay, so this is cinnamon. Boy, I don't know about this one. Looks like a brand new one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this. This is a sector social sentiment. Boy, I don't know. I don't know. This is a little bit too. No, I think you're better off buying something that's a little bit more solid than that. So. But yeah, it does exist. It absolutely does exist out there. Hopefully in a second I'll get my cursor back and we'll go to the next question. Until then, let's take a look at TikTok. Let's see, we have a question for Baba. What are your thoughts on Baidu? Let's look at Baidu. Um, BIDU. And yeah, unfortunately, Baidu is looking like it's looking like it's pulling back. So can't get too excited on Baidu. Let's look at Med Properties, MEDP, um, and see what's going on with Med Properties, MedPlace Holdings. This is a medical REIT. This is actually also, as far as REITs go, this is one of the best. And it's unfortunately it's just a little bit extended above the buy zone, but it's up $3.80 today. So this is good. I wouldn't buy it at this level. It's a little extended. The proper buy point on this one was 117.12, and we're above that at 191.29. So we're a little bit above that as well. So, but it does look very strong. I mean, this is a strong issue with an excellent checklist. Look at that, 88% on that checklist, and we have 605 funds in it. So that's very strong. It's good stock. I would watch this one. Not really a proper place to buy it, but overall, it's looking very, very good. Very, very good on that. All right. So let's see. Question. Aquin, OCGN. Is it a good buy? You know, Aquin used to be. I used to have a mortgage with Aquin. And I paid that off, but I do remember them very well. So OCWN, I think that is Aquin Mortgage. And no, I guess not. Well, maybe not. Okay, maybe I had that wrong. All right, let's take a question on. Oh, from Hamburg. Very nice, great place, Hamburg. HD is Home Depot. And let's take a look at Home Depot. HD. Home Depot is, just continuing to be strong. I just for total disclosure, I have Lowe's right now, LOW, and that's also doing well. So it's a very strong issue. Right now, it's a little bit extended. I mean, you could buy it at this point, but and I do think it's going to continue to do well. But it's not really the proper buy point. I want to show you Lowe's, which I own, LOW, and that's also doing kind of the same pattern. They may be trading places here. Lowe's may be trading places with Home Depot, but they're basically both great, and they're both great charts. They're both extended, unfortunately. So they probably are not the best places to buy them right at this moment. Okay, so what do you think about Coinbase? I have no crypto wallet, and in general, I'm critical. Here's the thing with Coinbase. I bought Coinbase when it came out. I bought it at 400, and 10 minutes later, I sold it at 420, and I haven't looked back. I think you've got to wait on Coinbase until it trades a little bit longer, maybe a month or two more, because it's just a crazy chart, and I want to show you this chart. As you can see, it just zoomed up to the moon, and then it's pulled back. Just amazing. Again, as I say, I bought it right here at 400. I sold it at 420, and then boom, as you can see, it just went back down to earth. Currently, it's trading at 292.70, and it IPO'd at 250. So we just got to wait on this one. We got to put it on our watch list. We got to wait a while for Coinbase. Coinbase is likely to form a IPO base, but right now I don't think you can buy it. It's just it's a little bit too of a new issue and little too risky. A little bit too risky. No, I mean stock Coinbase. The stock Coinbase, yeah, COIN is the symbol for Coinbase. It just came out. It debuted at 250. It went all the way up to about 440. I sold it at 420. I bought it at 400, and then it's been down ever since. So that's kind of, I think, what it is. What about NQ? Is that right? Oh no, INO. Sorry, INO. Okay, I know. Pharmaceuticals. It's a penny stock. Not really, not a great chart. It's trading below the 200-day moving line. I probably would not buy it. There is been a lot of selling on it, as you can see, and it gapped down, as you can see, it gapped down. So no, I wouldn't sell. We just went after hours, and again, it's off after hours. If you want to get exposure to the biotech sector, but you don't want to take the problem with most of the biotech stocks is they're very, very binary. They're either, it's either going to the moon or it's going into the dirt. And it's pretty tough to trade them. So what I would recommend in the biotech space is to use an ETF. And the ETF I would use is the BIB, and that one tends to have a larger portfolio, and so it tends to lessen the risk, but you still get that exposure to the biotech space, which has just been, for the right things, it's tremendous. This is called BIB, and it is trading up from the 200-day line. It looks like it's made a nice reversal. But again, this is not an individual stock, it's an ETF, and it's a great way to play the biotechs. It's got the only thing I'm concerned about is a low relative strength, but and a low checklist. But if you want to play the biotechs, this is the one you might want to look at. This is the ETF you might want to look at. It's called the ProShares Ultra Nasdaq Biotech, and its symbol is BIB. Okay. Let's see. Tattooed Chef. Well, 1 to 2 years in. I mean, 30 days can be a lifetime. Okay. Let's look at the next question. Thoughts on AAP and Advanced Auto Parts. Wow, this is a stock like O'Reilly that's going to do well in a recession. So I'm kind of somewhat bearish on the economy and the reopening, but this is looking, this is a good stock to own over a long period of time, and it's definitely its new higher highs. So can you buy this one? Well, the last real opportunity on this one was the consolidation base way back here, basically at 170. It's currently at 199. Not necessarily the greatest place to buy this because of it, but it looks like slow but sure wins the race. I think you still could buy it because it's trading above that 10-day line. So it's making higher highs. I definitely like that. If I was looking for some exposure in the auto part space, which I think is a very good area, I would be considering this is a good one. Let's look. I want to look at another stock that is sort of in the same space, but it's in the used parts space. And the stock I'm talking about is Copart, COPT. I think that is the symbol for Copart. Let me see if I can bring that one up. That one is not quite the same. Is that right? No, Copart. PRT, maybe that's CPRT. Is that it? Yeah, Copart. All right. This is one you also, I think, if you're looking in the auto parts space, this is one I think you might want to look at because this one it has a better chart. It's called Copart. It's highly rated and it's very profitable. And also it looks as if you want to get into this one, this is going to go higher. Very almost certain that this one is going to go, and again is going to go higher. So I'm just drawing the cheat here. This is basically reversed, and it's moving now above the 10-day line. If you want to get into exposure into this space, this is not a bad one to get into right now. Copart, COPT, CRPT, excuse me, is the symbol. It's got a 77 checklist. It's got excellent ownership, 1,707 funds in it. The industry and sector is not good. This is falling a little bit. It's retail, auto parts, but the company in general is very good. It's still 130 out of 197. I liked this to be higher, to be honest with you, but this company, Copart, has been extremely successful, and it's trading near its higher high. So if this is one for a midterm buy, CRPT Copart. I think it's better than Advanced Auto Parts. It's not. They deal with insurance companies and replacement parts. They are going to be. They've come through earnings very very well. Their earnings per share were up 25%, and their sales were up 7%. So this is looking very good. It's in a consolidation. It looks like it's going higher. Copart. This is one you might want to take a look at. CRPT. Okay, you bought AAP at 65. All right, let's see. Let's see. AAP, Advanced Auto Parts. Okay, there we go. A little bit of bandwidth issues. You bought it at 65. No, no, you should not sell this one. No, no, don't sell, don't sell. Move your stop loss up. No, no, you want, this, you've done very, very well on this. Boy, you bought it almost right at absolutely the right point. Boy, this is a good buy. No, don't sell this one. Move your stop loss up. I'd recommend putting my stop loss at about 180 on this one. I'd recommend putting your stop loss. Don't sell this one. You've done too well on it. Just let it run. Just let your winners run. This is a good one. What I would do though is I would push my stop loss up to about 180, and then if it continues to go up, just push that stop loss up. I think you're in a great place, but don't sell it. You've done too well on it. How about Alaska Airlines? I had this bear call spread on American Airlines for today, and it didn't perform as well as I would have liked to. It would have been profitable below 20, and it didn't get there. But I think Alaska Airlines may pull back on earnings. Most of the airlines have been weak after earnings this time around. So, but ALK is a big. I mean, it's a big airline, and it's still. I do think it's likely to pull back after earnings, but I just can't tell you. I haven't really studied the chart enough. I think the Travel Leisure Group in general is weak, and it looks as like last quarter their sales were down 51%. That's amazing because it should have been worse than that. But I think with American Airlines, I just don't want to I don't want to be long on the airlines. I want to be short on the airlines right now. I just don't think they're doing that well. So I think you want to be short on the airlines, not long on them. So I would not buy American Airlines long. That's for sure. I might consider doing a bear put spread on it though. Why did Fastly go up 4% after hours or earnings? You know what? I don't know. Fastly has been the weirdest company. They have a weird CEO there because I was in Fastly and they announced like in the middle of the night and the stock dived. So that was the last time I traded them. FLSY. Fastly has just been a weird company all the way around. There might be something going on in Fastly, like fraudulent books or something. Who knows? But let's see if I can bring up a chart for Fastly. FSLY is the symbol for Fastly. All right. Yeah, it's up $2.58. Something's going on. I certainly don't know what that is. But it looks like it's below the 50-day line. I wouldn't buy this one. I wouldn't buy this one now. It's just it kind of. I mean, I was in it when it was moving here up to the consolidation, but after that, I just I just said okay, I'm out. This one's too hard to trade. I'd be careful with Fastly. Be careful with Fastly. I just don't know what's going on with them. I just don't know what's going on with them. Oh, sorry to mean about. Sorry, I meant to ask about app. Okay. I think not app. So let's look at app. APP. And take a look here. Hopefully I'll get. Can I get my cursor back? All right. And they develop market to monitor for apps. Boy, this is an IPO. This is really just I just don't know enough about this one. The only time I buy these is when they come right out of the gate, and I can just watch them and then go in and move out. I no opinion on this one. It's an IPO. It may be good, maybe not. I don't know. It's got a relative strength of 1. So I don't think I would be in this one. So my opinion, the strike price is 18 and the expiration is the 21st. 18. Wow. Okay. Well, but on what though? Okay. So hopefully I'm going to get. Oh, AM. Okay, AMSC. So let's see if I can get AMSC up. All right, American Superconductor. Oh, you know what? I think I remember this company from years ago. Interesting. I think I remember this company from years ago. They make like superconducting wire and stuff like that. This has been around for a while. I wouldn't buy this one. It's got a downward trend. It's below the 200-day line. I don't like to enter stocks that are trading below the 200-day line. I like to see stocks where the tide is moving in on them, not moving out. Unfortunately, even though it was up slightly, the tide is moving out on this one. If this might reverse above the 200-day line, I don't even know if I would consider it there. I want to see it trade above the 50-day line really before I'm interested in it. So with American Superconductor, I could say the best I could say for this one is that it would be a watch list. That would be the best. Well, I have talked for an hour, and my bandwidth has not been the greatest. I wish it would have been better. Frozen up a few times, which kind of sucks. It looks like I'm freezing up now. Just wanted to tell everybody out there about our new thing. It's the Discord room, and we had some good trades this time around. I mean, we had a very nice. We were very successful with a bear trade on Intel. I have some few trades going for the next week that I'm going to be putting up. I just did a covered call on Apple, and I have some other trades. And what we do is, these are for the members of the Discord room. But if you want to check it out, www.vinny.com/Dallas Trading Floor. So great. So I hope everybody has a really nice weekend. I know I'm going to try to have it. It's been thunderstorming here, so hopefully tomorrow on Saturday, I'm going to get out and hopefully start planting. I've got part of my garden planted, so hopefully this year I'm going to get everything planted before it gets too hot. So that's my plan, anyways. I hope that you all have good plans for your weekend. And until Monday at 3:30 Central and 4:30 no 2:30 Central and 3:30 Eastern. Happy trading. Hope everyone's doing good, and I will see you on